Hey 2D superheroes, my name is Alejandro Perez and I am your sidekick. In this video we're going to go through the face rig that we have at this point and make some tweaks to make it a little bit more versatile, because right now if we run it without any prompting it will go through and create the whole rig for us that we have. And we have the controls, we have some attributes, none of that is connected, but it knew already to do it to this specific head. So I want to be able to set it up so that way it could be any head that is created to attach the blend shapes to. And then also I want to be able to get the control to be positioned here without specifically designating the coordinates. And it might not be completely perfect, but we'll get something that is close. So let's edit, delete all by type history. Okay, so that clears out the history on this guy. Let's start off by making this a selection. So right now we're basically finding this right here. So we're searching. The only two times we use the body is going to be in at this spot and then this spot. So what we can do is get a selection. So let's create a variable called cell, and it equals mc.ls sl equals true. So we're creating a list based off of the selection. So that's what we are doing. And then we'll say base head is equal to cell index level 0. Okay, so this works. So what we can do now is say replace these sections where we're asking for the body to create everything. Then we can take all of this with the head selected this time. Actually, let's run it without the head selected and you'll see what happens. So take that, run it, and you can see line 5, list index out of range. So line 5, it's already causing an error, so we don't even have the history on this guy to worry about. So now we can select the head, then it goes through and connects the skeleton. Yep. So the whole rig finishes. Let's edit, delete all by type history. Okay, and then we want over here, we've set the attributes for the position. So let's say we search for this. So we are having the face controller here. Let's see, where else are we using it? Just there. So we call the face controller, we have a name, so we could probably designate a name for this as well. So in here, what we can do is ask for X. Let's put it in a list, X, comma, Y. So that way we can have the character positioned, and then we just have to offset it. And then we can use this list. We'll just make it X, comma, Y. There we go. Okay, so over here, where we are calling it, we're going to need to have values. Oops. X, comma, Y, but we don't have those values. So we need to designate that. So let's create that up here. We'll do it right at the beginning. X equals, let's put it at 20 for right now, and then Y equals, and then what did we use it for? 170. Yep. Okay. And then down here, instead of using these values, we should be at X and Y. Okay, and then right now if we run it, it should look the same. The only difference is that we have used the variables to position that. So to get a little bit more control of this, we should probably start creating a window. So let's do define character face rig win. Okay, and then we're going to say, I'm just going to call it like that. So that way, actually, we're going to call it like this, and then I'll put that in the window name. Let's look at creating a window. If mc.window, and let's come up with the window name. This time it's going to be CGI nerd underscore face rig. Actually, we're going to make this a little bit different. We'll say, that way we can give it a different name in the future. Call it win, and over here we'll use win as an argument. That way we don't have to type that long name over and over again. So if the window exists equals true, we need to make sure that we're querying equals true, colon, we need to do mc.ui, delete UI win MC, and then we need to create the window itself. So this is just checking to see if the window exists. If it does, delete it, and then if it doesn't, we're going to create the window. So no matter what, we're creating the window. Window win MC dot column layout MC dot show window win. Okay, so this is just going to be an empty window for right now. Let's copy this and we'll put it all the way at the end, and we will get rid of the create face rig. And then here, instead of win, we're going to say CG or TD superheroes face rig window. There you go. So that way we don't have to type all that over and over again. Okay, so let's clear this, delete the history, and I don't need anything selected because it's not going to run that, but we have a window. Okay, so let's add things into it. We're going to have mc.button, and it's going to be label equals create face rig, and we're going to run a command, and that is going to be the create face rig. And then let's close that and run this. This time we do need the face rig selected just so that it runs, and we can see it creates everything. And select all of this, edit, delete all by type history. Okay, so we have all of this set up here. Where we're getting that, we want to get a input for the X and Y, so we're going to say mc.InField Group. Let's make it a float field group instead, just so that way it gives us a little bit more variety. Label is equal to X. No, we'll just say control position. And then let's check this. I want to get two values. So number of fields is what we want. If we search number of fields, can use the shorthand NF. So let's take a look at that. NF is equal to 2. Right now we have 2. We probably should do 3, but I'm going to keep it at 2. Okay. And let's give this InField group a name, position. Let's do CTRL position. Okay, so let's run this. We got control position for the X, Y, and Z. Or not X, Y, and Z, but X and Y. So we need to feed that into this expression here. So it's going to be X equals MC dot float field group CTRL underscore position. So that's how it knows where to get it from. Value 1 equals true and query equals true. I believe that is all correct. Let's copy this. And I am going to replace that there, and then it's going to be value 2 and query for the Y. And then that should feed everything in through the rest of the script. So let's try running this. X was 20 and 170. And we can create face rig. There we go. And it creates it there for us. While we're testing this, I don't want to have to type this in every time. The OY type history. So what I want to do is just give it some default values. So V1 is going to be equal to 20 and V2 is going to be equal to 170. So when we create the window, it already has those values in there. Now let's create another group here. We're going to do mc.TextField grp. It's going to be char name, and then label is going to be equal to the character name. Let's put a capital C over here and close the parentheses. So now we're going to have a character name field here. And just like with the other one, I'm going to set a default. So the text is going to be equal to TD superhero. So I have that. And then for the name, basically we have the character name there that we are assigning. So when we call that face controller here, instead of my char, we could create a variable. I don't know if we're going to need it, but let's do it anyways, because it's only one spot. We can put the whole expression there, or command, but we'll do create a variable mc.TextField Group char name text equals true, query equals true. Okay, and then we'll use the character name for in replace of this. Okay, so we can select the head, run the tool, everything is connected, and we can see that we have the TD superhero name. Okay, and then now that we have that, one other thing that I want to do, let's say if because I'm always going to want it to be cleared anyways when I work on it, but you can see that we have multiple blend shapes here because I didn't delete the history. So I'm going to clear the history now, and whenever I'm going to connect the face rig to this character, I want to delete the history, so that way I don't have to remember to do that every single time. So we have the selection, the base head is here, and then we're going to say mc.delete base head, comma, construction history equals true. So that's the short name ch. So when I run this, I can create it. Base head. Oh, it's an issue with the casing. Okay, let's try that again. There we go. Now it creates it. And we have it all set up. Let's clear that. And then select the head, create it. So I didn't delete any of the history, but we can see if we select the head again, we don't have multiple of the blend shapes. So we can also have a clear scene button, which would be kind of nice, just for functionality. So let's do clear scene. So here with all the controls or all the blend shapes, we have them named without designating that it is a blend shape. So it's going to be a little bit harder to clear those, but we'll fix that in a moment. Let's test it by just deleting the controller here. So if we were to just delete that one object, you can see that it got rid of everything that was associated with it. So let's create the button here really quick. mc.button label is equal to, and then we're gonna do clear scene. And I just wrote that out. We don't need to have that there. We're gonna run a command that is equal to clear scene. Okay, so let's define clear scene. And here we're gonna, let's create a variable mc dot, we'll say ctrl. We're gonna clear the controller here. So select, actually, we're going to select it first. We don't need to create it. So we're going to select, and then we're going to say star underscore ctrl underscore transformer. Okay, so I just want to test to see if this works. Doesn't, so let's say star plus, because the TD superheroes could be called anything. I want to try to get, oh, the CTRL is this transformer. That might have been what my issue was. Let's put a star again, and let's deselect it and make sure that it selects it. There we go. We have the transformer selected. So then we could say CTRL is equal to mc.lssl equals true. SL equals true. Okay, so we have the selection for the controller. Now we need to get these blend shapes. So when we bring in the blend shapes, let's see where we are importing it. Create control, over here. We are getting the importing the item, and then we are only using item after that, I believe, with the path. So let's just find and search where we're using item. So we're using it over here to get the item name. Over here we are getting the object name. Cool. Then if it is an OBJ type file, then it's going to import it. Okay, then we can go over here, mc dot, and we'll make this obj name. So we are going to be renaming it. So we're going to say obj name equals mc dot rename obj name, comma, obj name plus underscore blend. Okay, so that should add the blend shape name to our naming convention. So let's clear the scene and we get this. We can create the face rig. Line 22. Oh, because I didn't have anything selected. Create the face rig. There we go. Okay. So now we can see that we have underscore blend for all of these. So that's good. Now let's look at the clear scene. We're going to say mc dot select, and over here we can just, since it's only one item, mc dot delete ctrl at index level 0. And over here we're going to select anything, so a star, which is a wildcard, that ends in blend, mc dot, or we'll call it blend shapes is equal to mc dot ls sl equals true. And then we are going to do a for loop for item in blend shapes mc dot delete item. So that way we'll go through the whole list of everything that it created that was associated with the blend shape. So here we should be able to clear the scene. That clears the scene, and create the rig, although we need to select that. There we go. And then we can clear the scene again if we wanted to. Yeah, so when we clear the scene, this still has the history. It might be nice to just get rid of the history as well if we're going to be clearing the scene anyways. So we know we did that with, actually, well, we can get the character name. Where are we getting the character name? Char name, here we go. Let's copy this. And over here, say, we'll put that in, and then mc.delete. And then we're going to say char name equal, or comma, ch equals true. There we go. So that way we figure out whatever is in the character scene here, and we'll clear out the history on that character as well. So there's going to be a little issue here. So if we clear the scene, we're going to get an error because nothing exists for these items over here. So what we can do is say if ctrl dot len, I think that's how we'll do it, is greater than 0, then we will delete it. Then over here the same thing, if blend shapes is greater than 0, then we do this, and we can always delete the character name here. So let's see if that works. Line 14, select. So it's giving us an issue to see if that actually exists. Can we query a selection? it's all create nodes. So this will catch this if it's greater than 0, but it needs to exist to be able to actually select it. So I'm not going to worry about these loops or condition statements. So sorry about that for you guys. And I will just unindent this really quick. There we go. Okay, so let's go through here and create the face rig, which is the typical way that I'll use it. We can probably make a little bit cleaner version of it. But here we clear the scene, and then we're getting an error on line 22 that says no object matches TD superhero. So that is because this base head is not named TD superhero. So what we can do is just get a selection. MC dot will be cell equals select, or ls sl equals true. So we get the selection, and then let's say MC dot delete s cell comma construction history equals true. Okay, so we'll create the face rig. That works, and then let's clear the scene. That works without error. Let's check the head. We have the, well, we still have the blend shapes there. If we have it selected, will it, oh, because I need to do it at index level 0. Okay, let's try this one more time. Create face rig. Then let's select this, clear scene, line 22. Okay, let's print cell, and then let's see what happens when we get to that stage. So we're gonna create a face rig based off of the selection. So we can see that there was nothing. Oh, let's undo that. Okay, let's see if we actually select the head, clear scene. So we are having an issue with that. Oh, because we're not doing it at the beginning. Let's do this at the beginning because we're creating other selections. There we go. Now we should have no issue. Let's try it one more time. Create face rig. It creates everything for us. Good, I'm happy. Then we can select the face, and then, oops. Here we can see we get an error. So we know we need to clear the scene. Boom, clear the scene. I do have these extra bits that were created from the error. But if we check the body here, no history. Let's try one more time. So create face rig, creates everything, clear scene, it clears it. Let's make sure. Yep. Okay, that works. I only want to do one tiny thing left here. We're going to say mc.spacer. Let's look at the command documentation. Actually, this isn't where I want to be. Let's go back to Maya. I want to go to help, scripting reference, Python command reference, and then, okay. Let's look at Windows. We'll go here. We don't need to filter it there. Miscellaneous UI. What is the command? I thought it was like a spacer. Layout. Those are not in menus. Multi-touch. Save preference. Run command. Where is it? Panels. No. Window. Okay, let me pause really quick and I can find it. Okay, it is here. Separator is what I'm looking for. So the separator basically lets us create a line. or a space between items. So, and we have style, and I'll try style in, but we can see here we have none, single, in, out. Actually, I'm probably going to do single. I'll do single. So let's go back to Maya. I know I'm going to misspell this, so let's just steal it. Separator, style equals single. Okay, and then with the separator, we can add a height. And usually height is a shorthand of h, so say h equals 10. There you go. Let's try maybe in. I don't see anything different. Can go back here, get the styles, single, in, out, shelf, double, single dash. Let's try that. Not really seeing anything with the style really changing. Am I using the correct flag? Yeah. Okay. So since I'm not really seeing anything change, I am just going to get rid of the style and maybe put this at like 40. And this will just give us a separation here. So that way I know that these things belong together and this is something separate. All right, so that is it for this video, and we will see you guys in the next one. Bye.